Hear the story of my life, heartaches and pain, weeping at night and laughing at dawn.
Sharing my joy, victories and hope. A brighter day has come. It's for you and for me.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Jessica Kayanja Show. We bring you real life stories of people who have weathered the storms of life and would like to share their triumphs and their triumphs with us. And today's topic, the Slay Queen. They take pictures, glamorous pictures that are thrown onto the media waves. Pictures wearing the most glamorous clothes, pictures besides the biggest and powerful cars, pictures in the most expensive restaurants. They are at every what is trending and where is trending. They are with who is trending at that moment. Many people have misunderstood the life of a slay queen. They feel that probably these young ladies are looking for elderly men to marry. They're looking for sex. We have a lady here who is ready to tell us the negative influence of social media on our sons and our daughters. She says, we are not looking for sex. We are not looking for elderly men. We are looking for social media attention. We have seen people that feature prominently online and we feel we just want to be like them. It's amazing. Before I introduce this very beautiful girl, it is amazing the limits they will go through, just the limits they will go to just to get a nice photo for that day. It is amazing the storms they will have to weather just to have a nice picture that weekend. And with every beautiful picture, every glamorous picture, every amazing picture, this young lady or this young man will measure his or her success. They live for social media. Please welcome our beautiful guest today.
Thank you.
Very glamorous, very beautiful.
Thank you, Mommy.
Tell us your names.
I'm by names of Betty Sekabanja. And Sekabanja is my husband's name. I'm married.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Thank you, Mommy.
How old are you, Betty?
I am 26 years old.
You are
In January
you-
6th, I made 26.
Oh, okay, you became 26 in January.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about your background.
My background, I was born in 1995 and my father was called the late Dr. Nkeretani. He was an educated gentleman who had enough money to take care of the children. We were quite very many as children and he married quite very many women. He was a womanizer, but later on he left this world.
Okay, he had about how many women did he have?
Like around 12 to something like that.
Okay.
Since I was young, I'm not so
about
particular.
12,
on the-
yes,
yeah,
around
on
12 to 15. And
Yes,
how many
yes.
children were you?
We were very many children because just imagine having very many wives like that.
Okay,
So we were
approximately how many children were you?
like 30 something, 40 something.
Okay,
Yes,
all right,
yes.
okay. So this was a large home with very many children.
Yes.
And all of you had to share the attention of your father.
Yes, from different women. We had to
Yes.
share the attention of our dad.
You actually had to grope off for that attention, because I
Yes.
don't think it was enough.
No, it
I mean,
wasn't
if I had
enough.
50 children, it would be very complicated.
Of course.
To show affection and to notice them all the time.
Yes, of course.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay, and then sadly, your
Suddenly he
father,
died.
yeah, you know, and he's been your educator.
Yes,
He's
of
been the
course,
one
the
that's feeding the
provider.
children, the provider, and you come from living the life that every child would want to live.
Of course.
Yes.
To
and-
living the world, the life that we didn't expect, of course. We moved to a slummy area.
You know,
due to
which slum area did you move to?
just Katanga
you
down
moved
there.
to Katanga after your father died.
Yes.
With your mom.
With my mom, because she didn't have enough money to take care of us.
Obviously, she was just one of the women. She wasn't the official wife.
Yes, she
So
wasn't
you-
the official wife.
Yes, so you moved to Katanga.
Yes,
with
after
your
his
mother.
death, yes.
Yes, and but your mother strived and still educated you.
Yes, because I have my bachelor's degree in community psychology.
Wow.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Well done. So we're talking to a very educated young lady. Now, for those of you who are out there watching and you think slay queens, you know, you're looking at their wigs and you're looking at their you know, the makeup, and you're looking at their shoes and you're thinking they are not intelligent. This has nothing to do with anybody's brains, and I pray that you are listening. If you are a parent, you must watch right now. If you are a child, I hope that you are listening. Social media, as important as it is to be connected, it can be devastating.
Yes.
Yes. So now you move to Katanga.
Yes, that is where we moved to, and life was hard. Of course, you know.
Very hard.
Yeah, being born of a single mother, right there, we were raised by a single mother who used to struggle to earn a living. She used to work day and night to earn a living because that comfortable life wasn't normal, So after that, we again shifted to a slightly comfortable life, slightly comfortable. That is Makere Metro Quarters. That is where we shifted to, since she was given a job in Makere University.
As what?
As a cleaner.
She was given a job as a cleaner in Makere
Yes,
University.
yes.
And you moved from the slums
Yes.
to the Micho
Quarters, yes,
Quarters.
yes, yes.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, so I was in P1 there. So she started working there. Life started moving on, but in a hard way, in a harsh way.
Yes.
We used to face very many challenges as children when we were growing up. You know, it's not easy to grow up from a slum.
Yes, I know.
It is really hard. You get to learn so many behaviors. You get to, it even changes your character. Since you don't even have role models as children, you do not have people to look up to. So life becomes so hard. So it was so hard, but my mother, as I told you, she's a very hard-working woman. She worked day and night, and she made sure we get a living, a certain living she wanted us to live in.
At least you got the education.
Yes, we
You
got the
needed.
education because we
Yes.
were 4 children.
And she educated all of you.
Yes, she educated all of
That's
us.
amazing. That's an amazing woman. And if your mother is watching, we just want to honor her. What's her name?
She's called Rose Tebikoma. She's from the East.
Oh, Rose Tebikoma, thank you so much for working hard. Thank you for raising these beautiful children. And thank you for educating them. Not every woman will do that.
Of course,
You
not
know,
every woman.
You know, after the demise of her father. But so she educates you, and you are okay with the slum until one day you go, you pass your exams and you're ready to go to the university.
Yes.
Okay, and now you get to the university.
I got to the university since my mother was a staff. She was given biological, so I was studying on biological. She was paying half and the university was paying half because later on they promoted her. She shifted to a certain level where they could support her, where she could be recognized at gender streaming. It's called gender streaming inside Makere University. So as I was at Makere, you know, life at Makere is very competitive, and when you choose to enter that competitive life,
So you chose the competition.
I just chose to look nice because I felt like it is a new world. I have to experience this as a girl child. So I was given a room.
In the hall, in
yes,
the hall
in
of
the
residence.
hall, yes. Mary, that is Mary Stewart. But later on, I shifted to Complex. I exchanged with a friend of mine, so I went to Complex. I found whole life boring. You know, they have to close at midnight, and if, you know, if I wanted to go out, have some fun, it was like a new world for me. It was like, oh my God, I have just seen this, and I have to experience this. And most of the students there, they go through what I've gone through. They give them whole, and then they find everything new, and then they want to try out that life that they cannot afford, that life that they did not go through, and you want to experience it as a girl child. So that is where the problem comes in.
Okay, so now when did the slaying start? When did you, how did it start? How did you get to the point where you were leaving to take pictures?
So it started when I entered second year. So when I entered second year, I shifted to hall with some of my, from hall to hostel with some of my colleagues.
So why were you shifting? Because, you know, hall, I think, well, when we were at the university, everybody was in a hall. There were no hostels. Because we didn't even have this, what do you have, where you are given extra marks so that you can get into the university. And there were very few people at the university. So if you were admitted to campus, you had to be in a traditional hall of residence. It was either Mary Stewart, you know, Africa, Livingstone, you know, and Nkrumah, all those CCE, it had to be. So I'm wondering, why did you feel that I needed to leave? Because most people now are clamoring for halls because you're not paying anything, you know. So why did you feel you had to leave the privilege of being in a hall? Because it's the people who pass that are in halls. Anyway, why did you feel that I need to leave a hall and go to a hostel?
No, yeah, I felt like I should leave hall because hostel was kind. It provided the life I needed. It was self-contained. It was beautiful. It had tails. It was a very beautiful self-contained room for me.
So that's what the hostels look like these
days.
They
look very beautiful.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, all right. So it was self-contained.
Yes, it was.
So now that's very different from the Mary Stewart I was in, because there was one bathroom, one toilet for the whole floor. You know, or, you know, one section of bathrooms and one section of toilets. So if you wanted self-contained, that's understandable. So was this moving into a hostel part of the slaying?
Of course, it's part of the slaying. For most of the girls, it's part of the slaying, because imagine you have your visitors and then you want to show off, yes, me, I'm living in a very comfortable place. So it was part of the slaying. I didn't say hall is not slaying, but hall, as you see halls, as you see the halls of Makerere University, they are not good. Okay, they are good, but not to the standard of someone who wants to show off. To
slay.
Yes.
So now I want you to tell us now how you began to slay, how you began to live for a picture on social media.
So it started when, you know, you start scrolling down the social media, then that is when that spirit, may I call it the spirit of social media, that is when it started entering me. It started entering me. I started yearning for the good dressings, good shoes, good makeup, good hair. So I got exposed, and I reached at a point that I wanted to live my life for social media. And in reality, it wasn't me. It wasn't really me. And most of the girls at campus, that is the life they live in. When you meet them in person, they are really struggling to get something. And on social media, oh my God, you can feel like this is the girl I would love to meet. This is the girl. And when you meet her in person, honestly, she cannot even afford a meal. A meal, yes.
So you were at that point?
I reached that point.
Where you couldn't afford a meal?
Where I couldn't afford a meal because I used to get my money to just buy hair, to go in the salon after 3 weeks, buy nice shoes, buy nice clothes so that I can go and sit somewhere, position myself somewhere so that I can take a picture. And after taking a picture with full makeup on yourself, hair on point, everything clear, and then you position yourself like in a nice hotel. Maybe you hit Serena, you get like a cup of coffee because you want to meet a certain status, you want to meet a certain group of people, you want to identify yourself with that group of people. So once you take a picture like this, Say yes, enough. Then you
So your
post on
satisfaction was in taking pictures?
Yes.
So
was in
you
taking pictures.
bought clothes. What type of hair would you buy that would leave you foodless?
By then closures were high-end hair. So, but you could get a human piece or a fringe. You could just be updated because you're always online
On social
searching.
media,
Yes, you're
yes.
always on social media searching for what is new, what is this. Let me look. You even call your friends. Can this hairstyle suit for me? Look at me very well. You even turn around. She would tell you, no, I think you can do this. So I used to get that trendy hair. I plait it, and you have to look for the best salon, by the way. So you have a list of people who know how to plait hair around town. So I could hit Ivory Plaza, look for my salon lady who used to plait me very well. So she could plait you. You make sure you pass via Galilaya. That is where the most cute clothes would reach. So you could go get a bandage dress, get a high-class shoe, because on the weekend you have a plan with your colleagues. You have to go somewhere like Kabira Country Club, you sit.
And you take a picture.
Of course you take a picture.
So the end game was a picture.
The end game was always a picture.
A good picture on social
media. A good picture on social media.
Okay,
yes.
And you got satisfaction out of a good picture on social media?
Yes, that is where satisfaction came from.
You never felt at one point that if only I could put this money to use, if I could,
Of course,
you felt you were putting it to use.
Yes, of course, as I told you, it is a spirit. You feel like you're putting that money into use. So you don't even feel any bothered because that is where your satisfaction comes from. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So tell us a little bit, go into details about this slaying. What would you slay with? You'd slay with clothes, isn't it?
Slaying with clothes, slaying with nice phones. By then, iPhones were there, but of course, even
so you
not.
take a picture of the clothes you're wearing.
Yeah, you slay, of course, as a group. But me, I used to slay with a few friends. And then that thing of competition. You don't want to slay with very many, and then you start competing with others. And then this one is wearing better than me, and then this one is better than me. So you could just pick a particular group of people so that you can slay with those ones. Like a few. Because when you slay in flocks, you will start exchanging words. You're better than me, or you're posing better than me. So that is the life most of the girls are living, because you wake up in the morning dreamless, hopeless, but you just wake up just to think about what should I put on, which shoe should I put on, and then you reach a point of exchanging clothes. But I didn't reach at that point. But I had people next to me exchanging clothes so that they cannot repeat the same clothes they have put on the next day, as they were taking pictures to slay the next day. And you reach a point when you want to post every day, and you feel like it pulls you to there is that pressure.
There is a pressure.
Yes,
there is pressure to post every single day.
And then you feel like, oh, today I've not posted. Oh my God, how will people see it? They will think I'm no longer on a map, and then they will start considering other people. And there is that pressure on media. There is that pressure that girls go through as they are living their daily lives. So you start comparing yourself with those people who are living in reality. That is what they are in reality, and it's what you are not, but you want to.
Yes, I know. Like you watch Kim Kardashian, and you don't know that she's making a killing of social media, of reality TV.
Yes.
She's actually rich, and that's her lifestyle.
Yes.
When you see her in a house, that's her house. When you see her in a car, that's her car. It's not a hotel. So when we see her, taking a picture, she's actually taking a picture in her house. She's taking a picture in her clothes. And I think probably that is where most of the young people go wrong.
Yes.
Because you are slaying with money that is, how did you get all that money, by the way? Let me ask.
Of course, as it went on growing, you could just wake up like a Saturday or a Friday, you go in expensive hotels looking very hot with a very nice dress, very nice makeup. Of course, you have invested in yourself that day.
You are the asset, because it is your body that does your work for you. It's your body that does the good pictures.
Yes, it's the body that does good pictures. So you walk in a hotel as you very many, and you know, men are taken up easily. So when they could see beautiful girls coming in, of course they would think they are campuses, and then they would come next to you, and then you start interacting. They would buy expensive things for you. They would get expensive drinks, sitting in an expensive lounge like Serena Lounge.
And that's what you wanted. You
And
wanted
that
to
is
be
what I
seen
wanted.
on social media in an expensive lounge.
Of course.
In an expensive bar.
Yes.
With expensive drinks.
With expensive drinks, posing around expensive people.
Okay.
Yes, people with class, people with status, and
you were not interested in those people. You just liked the look of them.
The
with
look
you.
of them with me, and how it will look after taking.
After taking the
yes,
picture.
after taking a picture.
Okay.
So it was like an addiction. It was like an addiction for me. Yeah.
So what were expensive drinks? What were expensive eats? Tell us, go into details. Tell us what phrases you would write on the captions that you post.
Of course. Most of the captions were, you know, I made it in life. I am living my best life. I am enjoying myself, you know.
Okay.
Yes. Most of the captions that would make someone feel like they are yearning to live that life.
They are yearning to be you.
Yes, they are yearning to be you.
And someone as young as you was on social media saying, look, I've made it in life.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
You always see the captions on social media, people saying I've made it in life. But meet them in reality. They have not made it.
They have nothing.
They have
so
nothing.
Here you were leading this life. You are taking pictures of yourself in expensive lounges, expensive bars, expensive drinks, and your mom is, you know, hardly making it really.
Yes, of course,
Yeah,
my
she had
mom.
a poor, you were from a very humble background.
Yes, a very humble
So
background.
most of the people living this life actually have nothing.
Yes, they actually have nothing. Most of them. Most of them. They
Because
have
you had nothing. Your mom
Yes.
was, you know,
Yeah.
languishing in the slums with very little. She was putting everything she could
course
in
she
you.
could, yes, in this.
And the little you could get, the little she gave you, plus the money you
money,
collected
yes.
from men, instead of investing, you were putting it, you were making it help you look picture perfect.
Yes. So as I told you, in the morning, a slay queen's life, you wake up, of course you have nothing to eat. At times you have little, but you feel like you want, there is that particular kind of food you want to eat. So you
The
text
particular
it
type of food that will look good in the picture.
in the picture, and then you eat. You first take, most of them before eating, they even first take pictures so that you can see their food, the food they are eating. So you could wake up, text a friend, do you have any plans? And she could tell you, okay, let's dress up smartly, let's prepare for an outing in the evening, let's go to Governor, because by then Governor was the best bar. Yes,
Club.
It was the best club around town. So you could just make sure you ask them, how much do you have, how much do you have, how much you have. So we could collect money, all of us, and then you buy one bottle.
So now the idea was to buy this either Amarula or, you know, or what other drink was it? You said
Bond 7.
Bond 7.
Oh,
And to put all the money you have in life together,
Yes.
buy this bottle, put it in front of you and take a picture.
put it in front of you, gather your friends who have full makeup. You don't even know whether you have transport back.
Okay.
Yes.
All
You don't
right.
even know. So you just gather all that money. I have a scenario where I went with friends in Governor, and then we collected money for a bottle, and it was quite expensive. But
How expensive are these
it
bottles?
was around 700. So
What?
yes.
700,000.
Yes, around 700, 600 there.
And your mom is languishing in poverty. Like 700 would have made a great difference.
Of course,
in
it
her life.
would have even paid tuition for me.
Wow.
Yeah. So when we bought that bottle, we were like around 5 girls. So they gave us ice cubes. So we started taking pictures of the bottle. We started taking pictures, all of us, and later on they got high. After getting high, one of them didn't have money. She told me, actually, I didn't have money, and she was a smartly dressed girl, smartly dressed in a bandage dress, high heels, and she told me, I do not have money. Start using your eyes, Betty, and look for money, because they're going to get us. they're going to take pictures of us. They're going to embarrass us. So I was like, no.
But you'd already bought the bottle, so she needed the money for a transport back.
No, we didn't. Her money had been, actually we had collected money, but hers was missing. So we told them, you go, let us give you this particular amount of money, but we are going to give you after.
So she was the one supposed to top up the balance?
Yes, the balance. Little did we know that she did not have any coin with her, but she was smartly dressed up, pretty girl. So she told us, you know what, use your eyes. Use your eyes to pull men up to here to give us money. So I was like, you girl, what are you talking about? What's up? So she was like, yes, because me, I don't have money. She started acting hyper. I don't have money. I told you I don't have money. Where would I get money? I told you I don't have. So we just calmed her down. It's okay, we're going to get money. And we only had Uber money.
You only had Uber money to go back?
Of course.
So what did you do?
So.
And you had already opened this bottle?
It was already done. And then the waiters kept on saying, we want money, girls. We are going to give you.
But you have taken this bottle to take pictures.
Of course,
obviously you can't. Okay, I understand. Because I was going to say, why didn't you just get the bottle, take pictures, and give it back to the bartender? Okay.
No. Of course, we just wanted it for fun. Of course, when you take it, you can become hyper, enjoy, and have a good time.
But so, okay, I now understand. You can't say I'm taking a picture with this bottle and then giving it back to the bartender. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, of course, you could take pictures and again have fun.
Okay.
But
and take pictures having fun.
Yes, and take pictures having fun, and then certain girls would put, hey, living the best of our lives. Yet they are demanding you a certain amount of money on the bottle. So the girl was like, no, I don't have money. So I calmed her down and I told her, you girl, we have people, we may have my mother, like they're going to capture us on TV. We are going to be embarrassed. You know our class, how we take ourselves. Please help me. Please. So she was like, okay. So you can, let's go in the toilet, you put the makeup on me, you face panel beat me very well so that I can go out, make my catwalk with my hair, I throw it, and then men are going to come to me.
So you were the one they were going to take to the bathroom?
No, herself, because she was a bit tall, sexy and beautiful. She had it all. After we went there and she came out, she told me, oh, we are lucky. I have seen a guy who owns some car company somewhere and he has money. Let me go and say hello. Immediately she went where the guy was. She acted like she was buying something.
It's for you and for me.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying this program so far. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Pastor Jessica's YouTube channel. Oh, and don't forget to press the notification button so that you're notified whenever we upload a video. Also, you can follow Pastor Jessica on all of her social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter under the handle of Pastor Jessica Kayanja. If you would like to contact Pastor Jessica Kayanja, please do so on 077-263-1603. And if you'd like to advertise with us, please don't hesitate to let us know. Okay, now let's get back to the show.
For you and for me.
Immediately she went where the guy was. She acted like she was buying something, but in a sexy way. So the man, you know men, how men are. They immediately get attracted like magnets. So the girl seduced the man with her actions, and then later on the guy came towards us. He was interested in knowing us, and he ended up paying that bottle. That is how we survived that day, and it was in Governor. So, you know, being in that known bar.
You would have been taken to prison.
Of course. Of course.
For posing with a bottle.
For posing, of course, they would caption everything.
Now, the thing about you is you were not even a drinker.
Me, I wasn't a drinker, by the way.
So for you, the bottle was about the picture?
Yes, I was just a light drinker. I could drink just a little and hang around
so
people.
That a little to be picture perfect?
Of course, picture perfect.
So that you can put in that champagne glass.
Yes, you could just do the shampoo, pop a bit of it, pause and sit properly, position yourself properly for just social media.
Okay, for just social media.
Yes.
And did you realize any benefits? Did you become more popular? Did you feel that you were getting the views that you needed?
It wasn't about being popular, but I think it was about the views or attracting very many people to you, following you. There is that spirit that keeps on popping you, wanting more likes, wanting more views, and most people on social media are posing for views. They even take an extra mile of taking photo shoots. Me, I didn't reach that extent because I was having a friend with a nice phone. So when such women, such girls post pictures, they give them good comments. You're looking beautiful. How can I connect with you? Can I take you for a cup of coffee? Most of the girls used to post, to comment on our pictures. Can I connect you to this guy? He likes ladies, women, or girls of your shape. He likes girls of your eyes. Or you have beautiful eyes. Or you have posed very well. So those are the comments that used to give us that urge. That urge.
Did you ever follow up on these people?
I used not to open my messenger, but most of them I used to do follow up according to how you look. Of course, when you comment, I want to take you for a cup of coffee.
You want to
just
see whether it's a classy person,
yes,
who will look nice in your pictures.
In the pictures, and afford the certain
the place that you wanted to be seen in your pictures.
Yes, in my pictures. So when I saw that you can afford, and then I could just tell my friends I've got enough person who's going to take us out, and then my friends would be like, okay, let's go and have fun, let's go and eat his money. So you could just go with your girlfriend, sit somewhere, again pause. Pause immediately when you reach. You don't want your makeup to fade, you don't want your dress to get dirty. So immediately when you reach like this, you become restless. So you're always restless, wanting to the social media to see you, and immediately, and there is that point where slay queens post immediately. You can even track them. Because when they reach immediately, most of them, they post immediately. So you can even know where they are at that particular time. So you just take a picture and post immediately at that time. So that you can get your comments and then feel nice when you're sipping your wine or your juice. You make sure
you are looking at the views.
At the views, scrolling. In most cases, you could just go take a picture in an apartment where we could be having friends by then, having nice apartments. Then you go in at their homes, change clothes immediately, because it would be a holiday. You just come out from your home dressing decently, smartly dressed, and then you just go meet up for a party with your friends, and then change attires, or in speak apartments, change your attires to look a bit sexy for a screenshot, I mean for a shot, or for just a video of Snapchat. By then Snapchat had just come. So after you just post a video somewhere on Instagram, I used to use my Instagram so much. So I would just put them on my Instagram, and then I start receiving comments. There is the way I used to feel about those comments. I cannot explain that feeling, but it was really nice, because you just read the comments, someone yearning to get your number, someone yearning to take you out.
And for a minute you feel, I think I'm popular. I think I'm famous.
I think I'm above everyone. You start even walking with that esteem. It would just bring out the esteem in you. And on the other hand, I saw it as putting the esteem down, because minus doing that, you could just feel low. Yes, and most of the girls, that is what they are going through. I just count it at 98% or 89%. They are going through that life of not themselves. They are not themselves. They detached from reality. They decided to live in fake life, and that is the life they are enjoying. They are living it for social media.
Because you can imagine the amount of money you rent speak apartments for
a
when
month.
You are taking a picture.
You could even rent it for a month, so that you can say, no, this is my particular home. This is where I sleep. So me, I didn't rent.
And it was university girls that were doing this?
They were university girls, and most of them were first years.
First years getting money from men to rent speak apartments.
Yes. So since me, I used not to
take pictures.
To take pictures and to slay. Of course, the whole topic, the whole slaying surrounded around, it was around social media. It was around social media. So me, I used not to get that lot of money because of fear. Now, what if I get caught? What if they put me? It was rotating around newspapers. What if I reach on the point where I'm on TV and then my mother will see me and cry? So I'd be a backbencher. I would just follow those. Oh, you've gotten speaker apartments, let me come. And then you would reach there, they will give you this attire. Okay, put on this, put on this, put on this. And then you change your attire immediately. Your identity changes. And when they bring your parent, of course you couldn't
they
see.
they would have attires ready for you, nice ones.
Nice ones.
And you would feel you were different now.
You feel you're different. You take expensive things, expensive eats, because there would be most of the girls who are lucky, let me just call it lucky, they would get rich men who could afford that particular apartment. So we just follow those girls. So of course, when I could imagine of my parent, what if my mother finds me here? She would say, how did you reach here?
Yes.
Like, how?
I mean, we are barely making it at home.
Yes,
and
we are not making it at home.
Yes,
like,
taking marula and what else did you say?
And the belea was, yes, something like that.
To look nice in pictures.
To look nice in pictures. And of course, you would just not feel yourself, even when you're not comfortable with your attire. But as long as the camera pulls it out very well, you would just be comfortable. So it was rotating around pressure of what will people say, that is the pressure you're always on. You don't even mind. At times, girls would just slay for church. You wake up and you want to be seen in church.
And what do you put on that caption where you are slaying for church?
Besides slaying, we know our God.
You would what would you put on the caption?
Besides slaying, we know our God. We praise our God. God works for us.
And you are in church and you are taking a picture and saying, beside being a slayer, I know my God.
I know my God.
Okay, and that's the caption you put up there.
Captions. So you find yourself, you are in church, but you have divided attention. Because probably you are thinking about, after church, I will take pictures in church, and then I will just look nice. That on every particular day, I have something to do.
Okay, so that Sunday now you would say my venue will be church. My
venue
picture,
is church.
Yes, my picture venue will be church.
Yes, and I had some of the friends who would just put that mentality in you that you would look for a particular church that looks beautiful. Of course, you cannot take pictures in a church that looks...
Okay, or you don't take pictures in HUMP, or so
you cannot, you just cannot. You can reach a point that you want labeled pastors. Pastors with label.
Okay, branded. Who society has branded.
Yes, and then you would just think like, yes, this is the particular church I should be in.
Now, I had forgotten to say something. I read somewhere about a slay queen who passed on, and her family was looking for a decent picture for the obituary. You know, when someone has passed on, they need a picture to announce the person.
Yes.
And they need probably a picture of the funeral service. Now, she had millions of pictures, but guess what the pictures were like? You know, so I need to ask about those. Why do you feel that, you know, you either have to pout your mouth or to stick out your tongue, or, you know, are they trying to hurt people? Were they? So, you know, the family looked around and there was no appropriate picture. There was no appropriate picture, and this girl was dead, but she had millions of pictures, but they were all, you know. So
because it would rotate around very many girls copying the international celebrities.
Okay.
Because it's trendy. You know, you just do something, you don't even know what it means. You just pause and then pause and then look around, and then there is this pose of putting your bum up, and then you tuck in your stomach and you feel like, no, I'm dying, please take a picture. I'm dying. and then after taking a picture, let me see. Then you say, oh my God, let me first rest. Let me take a breath. And then I had most of my fat friends who would do that. And then for you, a small one, you would make sure you put your bum up and you first position yourself. You wait. And then you could just tuck in your stomach and make sure your bum is really up just to bring out the best in you. And then you find out the whole story is just, oh my God, it is just challenging. Let me tell you that life is a stressful life.
But you see, that is, you know, and that again is Kim Kardashian's body.
It is
not body. Her breathing in. You understand? It's not her breathing in. It's not her lifting up her
And then you could
it's not her lifting up. She's not slaying.
Yes.
That is her body. So when we are trying to look like her, you know, when you're breathing in and when you're lifting up your bum and trying to look like her, that is her. She's not slaying when she does that. That's just her body. I don't know, maybe it's the exercise and the weights and everything, but that is what she looks like.
Yeah,
you know. So I think now you understand. So now what about the pouting?
So that pouting, of course, you just look for a perfect position. Why will I look perfect? You could, of course, no slay queen posts a picture when they're not
so
perfect.
People feel that they look perfect when they're pouting, because her family was looking for a perfect picture to put on the obituary. She had passed away, and all the pictures had,
you find it sexy, or at times you want to just pose for someone who you think is against you. You want to hurt them.
I think trying to hurt people.
Trying to hurt people. Yeah, I'm living my life. Of course, I'm not minding. I don't care. And then you start posting with all poses, but you could make sure the poses are on point. They are really sexy. Or you could just make sure you have wore the best dresses. You make sure you sit, you partition yourself in a position that you would look very, very, very fancy and nice. So that was the pay, the outcomes, how you felt about it. And then you could just take like 100 pictures looking for only one picture just to put, and then you could just sit back in your room and think, why am I really doing this? Because they also have sense. They go back and they know what they are doing is not right. It just rotates around being something. I used to call it's something spiritual that someone has to get rid of. Because I mean, why would you slay online and offline? You are struggling with life. Most of them you could just drop them on the road. You don't even know where they sleep, because you wouldn't let someone know where you sleep. Probably you're going to just jump.
The Bible says, "My people perish because of the lack of knowledge." And personally, I think it is being uninformed.
Yes.
If our children will learn that it is better to prioritize earning money than spending it, because there are some people who are slaying and making money.
You're right.
You know that?
You're right.
Like I said, Kim Kardashian is slaying and she's making money. I know some people in Uganda that are slaying and making a killing. Personally, I don't think it's a spirit. I think it's a case of we, the parents, not laying out priorities. I think we need to groom our children to know that what are the priorities of the children. When you are at a point where you can get money, it is important to invest that money.
Right.
And how are you investing it? It's also important to groom our children to know that they need to be able to work. It's important to groom our children to know that the icons they are looking at, the social media, the social media icons, like I said, I hear a lot from young people, the Kim Kardashian people, they are actually working. They are making a killing of social media. They are making a killing of reality TV. While you are watching them, they are earning. You understand?
Yeah.
While you are admiring their dress, they are earning. They have a boutique in Los Angeles. They are very, very, very high business area.
Yes.
And when they are wearing their clothes and you're looking at them and copying them and liking, they're earning. When you see the views of them in their houses, they haven't rented a house, it's their house that they have earned off being your mentors, which is not bad, because we need to go onto social media and learn. So I think it is a case of priority. It's a case where parents need to tell their children that you can get all those things, but you need to work for them and you can be comfortable. But thank you so much for bringing out the fact that most people who are actually slaying don't have the money.
Yes.
Because the people who really have the money don't slay.
You're right. They don't slay.
They don't slay. They're used to the idea. They don't need. They don't need to be to take pictures when they're in their private jets.
They don't.
You understand? You won't see. You won't see which movie star who has a private jet. In the private jet saying, "Here I am in my," in my private jet.
Of course.
Those people that are driving all those, oh, you tell us about the slaying with cars.
Oh my God. And that one, it is a very interesting topic. It is funny. So as you're going into different places, we could find beautiful cars written on, personalized cars. And then you could tell a friend, wait, let me first take a picture on this particular car. And then after taking a picture on that particular car,
It's not your car.
it's not your car, you've just found it, you don't even know the owner, you don't even know whose car, and then you could just go on media and tell them, my new car.
Wow.
And just imagine someone following you. Which pressure are you putting on that person following you?
Or you've seen a Range Rover by the side of the road, you go by the road, and you say, and you don't even use car. There are terms you use on social media. What is a
My
car?
new baby.
Yeah, I know that the car is not called a car, you know?
My new baby, yeah.
My new baby.
Hey.
And it's somebody else's Range Rover. And
Somebody
you don't
else.
even know the person.
You don't even know that person. You found it on the roadside.
And the
You don't
person that who owns that Range Rover will never take a picture on it.
Of course.
That's the strange thing about it, is that
But
the
you
people
make
that
sure-
are actually rich
Yes.
are not slaying.
Yes,
So,
you're right.
so when someone begins to slay, that really is the first indicator that they are not rich.
Yeah, you're right.
It is like the person who owns the husband is not holding the husband and what in social media, you understand? But the person who has stolen the husband will make sure they stroke, because they're trying to,
Pull attention.
they're drawing, they feel they have to fight
Yes,
to make an impression.
you're right.
The money, about how much money do you think you spent slaying?
It was a lot of money.
If you
I
can put it,
spent.
estimate.
If I could, I can't estimate because it was a journey I moved. It was a long journey. But the advice I would give the young generation, the girl child and the boy child, to stop living to start living within their means.
Yes.
Not to live beyond their means, because it puts pressure, it impacts, it puts you, it captures you in a certain way of living, which stresses you, and sometimes it leads most of the girl children into unwanted pregnancies or acquiring HIV, all in the names of wanting to please social media. Because people on social media, they are not pleased.
Yeah.
Most of them are living their lives, but
And then you also have those social media in-laws who are going to insult you anyway.
they are going to
Whether you are
insult you.
smart, whether you are standing by a nice car, they will still be rude.
They will still be rude to you.
Yes.
They will still give you negativity, and then you keep impressing them. Yet in reality, that is not the life you are living. In reality, most of the girls are crying. Most of the girls are being chased out of their homes they are renting, because you spend most of your money renting expensive apartments just for social media, just to take a picture in the morning, sipping on a glass of wine, sipping on a glass of
Also, people
juice.
would rent apartments
Of course,
for a day,
just for a week.
for a week.
For a week.
Okay.
And then they could leave when they are demanding them. They could confiscate their things, most of the people who were around me. So my advice to the young generation is just to stop the pressure.
Wow, that is something. Now, what about the effects of social media on self-esteem? When people are looking at somebody's body and they are saying, I wish I was that body, that person's body. I wish I had a family like that. I wish I had a husband like that. I wish I had a car like that, you know. And, the effect of looking at a person who looks picture perfect, and you feel you are not.
Yeah. So it has very many effects. It has very many effects. It has killed a lot of esteem. It has killed very many people's inner self, because you probably look at someone and then you think they are too perfect. You even reach a point of saving their photo, looking at them, their hair. You want that particular hair, you go and then they tell you 70, and then you have to really solicit that money to just make that hair. And then you look at someone's body, they are perfectly made, and most of them put on, they just put on gaiters or so when you look at them, they will tell, of course, they will not give you the remedy they use. They will just tell you, you know what, I just eat right, I just eat fruits. And then you go and start eating fruits and you feel like, no, it is not working out. And then you start putting pressure on yourself. Most of them tuck in stomachs. like I
In the
said,
pictures.
in the picture, and then they stuck it in and make sure they are positioned very well. But when you see her picture, of course, she could tell you, no, me, I eat right. You know, girls, they don't speak out
Because
the
you
truth.
haven't seen them in real
Because
life.
you don't see them in real life. And when you beg to meet them in real life, they cannot allow you to meet them because they know who they are. And most of them could just put a lot of good makeup and then you could think they are they have perfect skins and you feel like you should have that particular skin.
But the pictures can even be edited.
Of course, but of course the viewer cannot think of that. They could just think of it in a positive way. So they affect very many esteem. They affect a lot of people's lives, mostly the girl child, the young generation that is coming up. Because most of the schoolgoers, the young girls, they have also adopted that character on social media. Just the girls in secondary schools.
Really?
Yes, you find them slaying as if they are campusers. Yet they are not, because of esteem. They are working. They want to live they want to live up to the standards of social media. What is trending? This is trending. This is trending. So you feel like you want to live that particular life that you cannot even have.
Now, that is powerful advice. Before we close, because this has been very, very, and it has been an eye-opener. I almost lost track of time. Before we close, you discovered that slaying was not a reality when you got married.
Yes, I discovered that it was not a reality.
Because your husband could not keep up
My husband could
with
not
that
keep
type
up
of
with
lifestyle.
He could not.
Yes, and you couldn't go around to look for money anymore, obviously,
Yes, of
because
course.
you were now married.
I was
So you
married.
realize it wasn't reality.
Yes.
There is no man that is always buying hair, always
man.
buying shoes, always buying clothes, always buying,
Without investing anywhere.
Yes, without investing anywhere.
Of course, and I was even scared that my man could leave because I would just be thinking, men leave when they have poor-minded women.
Yes.
So I
yes.
had to put myself in line.
In order.
In order, so that I can live within my means. And
and also be of benefit to the family.
Be of benefit to my family, because I was looking forward to starting a new family with my husband. My mind started changing. I started growing in mind after realizing that life does not rotate around social media. You can actually live in reality life of being okay. You can live, you
Happy,
can go
satisfied.
Happy
They're
and
multi-millionaires who
Yes.
never appear on social media. We don't know them. We don't know their names.
Yes.
We know their buildings. We know their malls. We know their farms.
Yeah, you're
but we don't know them as social media personalities.
You're right.
And I think it is better to be satisfied and full instead of living the illusion that you are satisfied and that you are full. I also feel that as parents, we need to give our children enough attention. And from all the young ladies that I've had on this show and the cry outs, I feel that, obviously your mother gave you a lot of attention, but there was a lot of competition from the family, in the family that you were, because you were so many.
Yeah,
you
you're
understand. Right. And I think the desire to be seen when you are so many people will always exist.
Right, yeah,
when I was growing up, we were just 3. So either way, you did not fight to be seen.
Of course.
They would see you all the time, So I think that for you, maybe that could also, I'm not saying it did, but it also could have affected you.
Yeah.
But thank you. She's now married to a doctor.
Yes, I'm now married
to a medical doctor, and you have a beautiful baby.
Yes, I have.
What is his name?
It's called Othniel Joshua Sekabanja.
He's called Joshua Sekabanja.
Othniel.
Othniel Joshua Sekabanja.
Yes.
Wow. For those of you who are watching and you are parents, this is mind-boggling, but it's also an eye-opener.
Yeah.
For those of you that are hooked on to social media, there is a lot to learn.
Of course, there is a lot to learn.
There is a lot to learn, and if you can learn how to earn money instead of how to spend it,
of course, yeah.
I think
right.
then you will have had your priorities right.
Yes.
And that is the best way we can put it in the shortest possible time. Teach your children to earn instead of to spend. I want to thank you so much for coming onto this program. I want to honor your mother one more time for educating you and bringing you up so well. And I want to appreciate your husband for allowing you to come onto this show.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for hosting me.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, do stay blessed. Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this program. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Pastor Jessica's YouTube channel. Oh, and don't forget to press the notification button so that you're notified whenever we upload a video. Also, you can follow Pastor Jessica on all of her social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, under the handle of Pastor Jessica Kayanja. If you would like to contact Pastor Jessica Kayanja, please do so on 077-263-1603. And if you'd like to advertise with us, please don't hesitate to let us know.
That's all we could do for today. I do wish we had more time, but remember, it's a weekly program, so please do stay tuned for the next upload. I love you. I'll be praying for you, and bye.